Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. This is Allow It, and I am D.
I am Lish.
And welcome back.
Welcome.
We love having you every week. It's been it's been a heavy week for us in general.
Actually, it has been.
There's been a lot going on that's been close to our hearts, close to our homes. So it's been a pretty heavy week for us, but we're gonna move.
We're gonna move
because
through.
God got us as usual.
Amen.
Yeah, God.
Amen.
God's got us and everyone around us.
Mm-hmm.
I need a T-shirt.
Yeah, God's got us and everyone around us.
Yeah.
Trademark that.
Fear of God, watch out. Watch out.
Not fear of God, watch out.
Yeah, fear of God, watch out. Watch out for this. So this week is going to be just us chatting. Really. Exactly, us chatting. You know what I was thinking about earlier? I was thinking about how we used to go raving, clubbing, okay. And I was saying to myself, I wonder if it would be, because now I genuinely can't imagine myself
going out. Yeah.
Why is that? I've got opportunity because I can. If I wanted to, I can, I've got my other half who can look after the kids. It's completely fine. I've got people I can go with, but they don't want to go anyway. You guys don't want to go.
I'm more of a day party.
Exactly.
Person,
yeah. But let's say if you were down for the movement, I've got people who I can go with. Yeah. Right? And then I also have now the actual disposable income to be unsing. Yeah, whereas before...
Oh, yeah.
I didn't, but
wild behavior,
but I was still going.
True when I think
you see,
about
if you think about it, now I could buy all the sections.
Buy the tables.
I could buy the table. Yeah. All the girls could come up with their bottles. I can do all of that, but I'm just choosing not to. And what would it take, really? Right? So let's say we open an Allow It club. It's called Allow It.
Allow it.
What would it take, do you think, for us to get, let's say, over 30s into the club and to actually genuinely enjoy the experience? Because I saw someone on Instagram and someone said they created a reel about the things that they should have in a club for over 30s. People are commenting saying that they even need to have Gaviscon in there for the heartburn.
Not Gaviscon.
So what was your clubbing era like? Did you club like every weekend?
I wouldn't say every weekend, but I did club quite often, actually.
Yeah.
And I started early, so I remember one of the clubs.
Oh yeah, same here.
My friend always knew the bouncer that was at the door, so we didn't get ID'd because obviously in America it's 21 and over.
Yes, of course.
So we didn't get ID'd, and we'd obviously go to that same club all the time.
How old were you?
How old was I? 17, 18?
I was younger, girl.
Yeah.
I was 15 when I started.
I wasn't. Yeah, I definitely wasn't.
Because I was going with my brother.
15?
Because my
we used to have this... there's like Webster Hall. There were kiddie clubs that you could go to that ended at like midnight.
Okay, cool,
yeah,
cool.
So with teenagers. I don't know. I've actually have been seeing some clips. I don't know if it was the same for you guys here in the UK. Like when you would go out to the club and the girl would be backing it up on the guy and all of his friends had to hold him back while he was trying to...
there's like, it's not a dance battle, but it's, egging him on.
Yeah,
say,
basically,
cool,
like, you have to handle it. You can't handle it.
Yeah. And
that actually brought me back.
Jumping on it.
That used to be
you.
Yeah, not me, but that was my clubbing area. My era was dance hall, the pasa tapes, where that was us. Yes. Trying to reenact.
We need to re-up that. So we need to re-up the same.
But
DJs.
I don't know. My knees can't handle.
Your knees can't handle it. So I guess we're not re-upping the same DJs.
I'm re-upping a two-step. I'm re-upping a two-step.
So the club has not got clubbing music in it?
I'm not doing dirty wines.
So the club won't have clubbing music
The club got, oh my God.
Nia Soul?
Who's that guy? Oh my gosh, he's a famous guy here in the UK.
Craig David?
Not Craig.
What does he do?
He's part of like the neo soul kind of vibe. They play his music all the time. Really? If you go to one of those, old head parties, you know you're gonna hear a song by him. Damn, I wish I could remember his name.
Oi, oi, oi. Oli, oli,
No,
oli.
I don't think that's it.
No, that's not a song, girl. That's what you say when we're in that.
Oh, that's why they were saying that at recess.
Yes, you didn't realize.
I ain't British, girl.
That's why I was wondering why weren't you saying oi, oi, oi back? I'm like, does she not realize you were saying?
I was just like, I thought it was a song. I was like,
no,
huh?
It's not a song. It's like let's say for example, I'm a piano. Let's say when what's her name? What's Uncle Waffles? Right,
okay.
It's played.
Yeah,
when they say Waffles, we wanna party.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's basically something along those lines, but they do it here.
Okay,
oi.
Okay.
I don't actually know the background of Oli, oli, oi, oi, oi.
Yeah.
If someone knows, please put it in the comment because I don't. I came here mid.
Yeah.
So maybe it came out before then. But I remember my early days of clubbing. I used to club with my brother. We used to go out. And this is when I was like 15, 16. And I think I've told you these stories, but we used to go to Fridge in Brixton.
In Brixton, yeah.
And it would be piping hot in there. If I tell you, it'd be hot as hell because it was like in a basement.
The walls were sweating.
The walls were sweating. And me and my brother used to just literally stand on the wall and just vibe to the music. I'm not much of a dancer, as we all know. I'm not talented in that. What is it called?
You just have to keep a beat.
I keep a beat.
Yeah,
I keep a beat, but I'm not giving.
You're not Pond the River?
No, I'm not giving any of that.
That was me.
Stuff.
I was doing all of that.
Were you doing the Pond the River?
Pond the River. Pond the River.
Oh my goodness.
I was doing all of that.
And the boys had the...
Yeah. That was me.
The boys had the white towel. Exactly.
I was doing all the dances.
At least they kept up with that hygiene because the guys here that now these days, I'm sure they're sweating and they couldn't care less. They're not bringing
I don't think
towels,
it's the same. Yeah, no.
Back then they used to have towels.
They had the towels.
They used to wipe themselves down so that they're not putting any sweat on you or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So were you so you weren't the girl that they were backing? You weren't backing it up on nobody.
I wasn't doing all of that.
No?
Maybe somebody caught me off guard once or twice, and then of course I just had to do what it does.
Okay, just do.
I wasn't the because obviously if the guy pushed you off, that was like, oh, he had the upper hand. So I'm not trying to be like.
Yeah, that's
then
true.
It's like she's not throwing it back enough.
She's not throwing it back enough. She needs to go.
So I picked and chose my battles wisely.
Okay, so if there was a little fine man, and sometimes he'll come over and do it. You'll be like, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. I was never nothing like that. I just couldn't fathom the whole backing up. Like you said, I was just too conscious about, okay, there's that next girl who's giving it, her whole world.
The petite girls were always doing those little pocket rockets. What? Yeah, they were always doing the most, man.
And I'm like, who am I?
They have that stamina and the energy.
Who am I? And also, I used to have the highest of heels. Were you that girl? I
wore heels as well.
The Jeffrey Campbells. I used to have all of those as high as the
Chinese
sky.
Laundry. I couldn't even now when I think about it. We had 9 West in America.
Of course, I was bougie, so I had the Kirk
Aldo. Oh my gosh, Aldo had the worst heels. Though.
I know, but people used to live in them. And I'd be like, but how? But they're so painful. So painful. I've never been able to walk in a pair of Aldos.
I think that's why my feet are fucked.
Remember when I used to live in North London, there used to be an Aldo right in the shopping centre.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I used to tell you that. Like I used to go in there, but I could never.
Do they even still exist?
I don't know. Oh, they closed the one here around here.
Oxford
exactly.
Circus as
yeah,
well, right?
They closed the one here as well. They closed around here. We're not going to disclose location, just in case Alicia's fans start lining up outside of the studio.
Where are the fans?
Talking about that, this is why I decided to lead this week because you started to thinking that maybe you're Carisha and I'm JT.
Not me,
or maybe you're.
Shout out to Young Miami.
Maybe you were starting to think that you're Jada Kingdom and I'm Shenche.
Oh my gosh, not Jada
And I'm
Kingdom.
just like, no, girl, that's not how we're doing it.
We gotta rewind it.
Okay, guys, so we gotta rewind it here. She's not my Carisha to the JT. Although I love JT in her fashion era at the moment.
Oh, JT's in her bag.
I love me some JT. She's everything.
She is in her
she's
bag.
Really everything.
Is she still with Uzi?
Yeah, she's still with Uzi. Where's she gonna go, girl?
He's in his bag too.
He is in his bag too. Actually,
Uzi.
I do.
I think
Uzi.
he's so funny.
He's
and
so
cute.
different. He's so cute.
Yeah.
He's so funny with his little old self.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. Talking about going back to the clubbing era. You know, something I can't stand is when people are gonna come for me. They really are. They're gonna say, "Oh, but let men have joy."
Oh my gosh!
let men enjoy have themselves. Men should be able to express themselves the way that we do. I can't stand a man that dances.
Oh, I loved guys that danced
silence.
Back in the day.
I can't have an usher. I can't have an usher.
That was the era. Like you saw a guy. You saw a guy pop, locking, and doing all of this.
Oh,
like,
what? That was not pop and lock and get. Girl, I could not. Any guy that was there doing all bits on the dance floor and people like looking at him and stuff. And you know how guys used to actually do like mini battles?
Yeah.
They'll be like walking past another guy. That guy will be doing, the Harlem Shake.
Yeah.
And then the other guy will be like, oh, is that all you got? And then
what was it? The chicken head.
Then they start doing something else instead. I'm like, what are you doing? And you know what I hated the most is when they were literally to the point of dehydration, and because they're sweating so much from all of the dancing, but all of these girls are going, yeah, and I'm just thinking, oh my god,
they were in their what is it?
It is my biggest ick.
B2K bag. They were like, ooh,
it is my biggest ick for a dancing man. I'm gonna spill his beans, but you know, Uncle John was a dancer in his day. And as soon as I told him, I can't stand a guy that dances,
way you made him stop
dancing. Yeah, he stopped. And because we met during our club.
That's actually heartbreaking.
I know, bless him. He does love. No, he loves dancing.
He does like
and
dancing.
it does bring him such joy. But I cannot fathom it.
You're like, why dancing for?
Now I'm just like, you can go for it because we're older now, and he goes to these older type parties, like weddings and stuff like that. So he goes and he dances, and of course people stay cheering him on, and I'm just there. I'm still like, okay, but just 5 minutes. Don't be on the dance floor from morning till night.
Wow.
However, we do have a friend that I love that always dances from the time we get into the event until the event finishes. And if I tell you, it genuinely does bring me joy. Only because he's our friend. So he's not someone that I'm like, trying to get with. I think maybe this is the reason why it brings me such joy. You know the friend, right?
No, I'm trying to think. Who is it?
Trevor. Of course.
Travis.
Travis. Travis. Sorry, Travis. But Travis dances.
Travis loves to dance.
And it just brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's fab because
Travis
he brings everyone in with
him.
Like the whole entire place will end up just like coming up to him or coming up to us and saying, who's this guy? Do you know he's your friend? Da, 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 da. But yeah.
No, Travis is an absolute vibe.
Mm-hmm.
When Stefan was here as well, we went out. We were at a club in Mayfair, and we were dancing. And I think we were.
What type of music was there? Give me a vibe.
It was kind of like, I wouldn't say it was like house music.
Okay, so
yeah, it was kind of like house music, and I think we were first and foremost, I was lit already.
You were gone, so you didn't care what kind of music.
But I think at that point we were the only ones on the dance floor.
No way.
We were just doing our own thing.
That's my worst nightmare.
And so the bartenders walked up to us on the dance floor and gave us free drinks.
The bartenders.
Yeah, they were like
They said you're bringing the vibes.
They said you guys are bringing it. I was like, yes. I was like, thank you. Oh my god!
There was probably your picture somewhere on their website, and you have no clue.
Probably
exactly.
Dancing.
You guys probably have no clue. Dancing your life away.
Dancing my life away. Dancing like my life.
Where was I that night? Because you guys had a vibe, and I was not there.
Let's not even talk
Where
about
was
that
I?
night.
Did I make an excuse?
No, because you just had
Cam.
Yeah, you just had Cam. Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember Cam was only a baby.
Yeah, he was only a baby.
Oh, I remember because I came to you for the sleepover in the end. I still caught a vibe, just a motherly vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. A mature, responsible vibe.
Yes, I just caught a mature, responsible.
Yeah, that night was very irresponsible of myself.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Was it one of those impromptu type of nights?
Yeah, it wasn't planned at all. Yeah, I would say maybe that was probably one of the last nights that I actually went clubbing.
To an actual club.
That I actually went to an actual club.
You know what I can't stand about clubbing is the bouncers. It's like they think they are. It's just like the bus drivers of the entertainment industry, because they somehow think that they're better than you. I'm just like you just
because they hold the power.
But the power of a door.
Yeah, they're like, it's up to me if you get in or not.
But it's an actual
door. They said, I don't care. I don't care.
Oh God! Even if you say hello to them wrong.
Yeah, step to the side.
Step to the side. Wait here. Wait here. You've got your ID, and you're like, yeah. They're disappointed because they're like, okay, now I have to bring her in because she still has her ID. So what's the reason for her not to come in?
Yeah, exactly.
It's awful though. And sometimes in the clubs in like central London, they won't let black girls in. They'll only let a certain amount of black girls into the venue because they want a certain type of aesthetical vibe, and those black girls have to be on the lighter side, which is ridiculous. And so many of them have been caught out. My issue is that why do you keep on going where you're not wanted?
Where you're not wanted.
Literally go where you're celebrated.
Yeah.
Stop giving those people your money by going to those places. But it's also a certain. I guess when you're a certain caliber or you're getting a certain amount of money in your life, you want to go to those places. So why should you be restricted?
I guess, but then at the same time, I would never go to a place where I need to stand in line first and foremost, and I am picked out of the line.
Right.
If I can go into that venue or not. That's not happening. I would never do that.
Yeah.
If I'm going to a club or something like that, it's because maybe I know the promoter or
that was really
exactly. That was always
if I'm not knowing anyone there,
exactly.
I'm not gonna put myself at risk by being sent home by someone who's what is it called? Gatekeeping.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely. I don't have an ego, but I have
pride.
Like, yeah, my pride wouldn't be able to handle that.
Yeah, very true. My pride would never be
my pride would not handle that. So I'm not even gonna put myself in that position at all.
That's very true.
And then another thing I hated about clubbing was the whole VIP section. I always felt like if you're there, you're not allowed to have fun. It was just kind of.
It was like you have to be bougie.
Yeah, which is not. And then you look down at everybody else, and they're having a grand old time.
The best time.
Yeah, you're just sitting up there.
They're having the best time. That's why sometimes I used to think, is actually getting a table worth it? It's not worth it because you're not having as much fun as everybody else, and you've actually even paid more. Because, of course, you've paid for the table. Yeah. You and your friends have paid for the table. You've paid for your drinks. But you're over there doing bougie because you're just like holding a bottle and just saying, oh, look at the peasants down there who are having the best of time. It just never made any sense to me. I think if someone had a section and the club is completely packed and you're there, that's not so bad.
Yeah, if you're with your girls or your people in your section, you're also having
the best of time.
Yeah, makes sense. That's cute. But
if you are with another mix of people that are not necessarily your people, and they're doing fashion, they're doing bougie, they're doing everything that shouldn't really be done in the club. It's just like you're there to let loose. The week has been hard.
Just have a good time. Exactly. I feel like I've only had a good time in VIP once. The other times I was with the the fashion people,
Yeah,
or
of course, the fashion people,
or the the people, the bougie people,
the bougettes and the bougies.
If I don't pack my things and go home,
exactly,
like, why?
it's not even really that deep.
It's not. It's not. I'm like, I want to be down there.
Yeah.
I want to be with everybody else.
I think for me, it was clubbing was an actual outlet for me to just people watch. I just loved people watching. I didn't actually, if I'm going to be honest, the experience, I don't think I enjoyed it. I just liked it. I loved, because I'm a fashion girl, so I loved getting dressed up to go there. Yeah. And I loved the reaction that people had when they like saw me all dressed up in like the things that they thought or assumed were like the craziest stuff. Like, how can she get away with wearing that? Her and her bald ass head. And people would be like walking past, and I'd have like ridiculous heels, and I'll still be able to walk in a straight line, regardless of how much of I'd had to drink. So for me, it was like my fashion show type situation. Course, and then I'd get there, and I would go in, and I'll get my bottle, whatever it may be, and I'll sit in the corner, and I'll just people watch. I loved watching people in there. The drunks cracked me up. The dancers used to crack me up. The girls that used to, like, when they come in, they're bougie as hell, right? You see them in the queue. These girls are like looking down on you and all of that stuff. Let's say you're walking past the queue, and they're like, how's she getting in when we can't get in, or whatever. Or they know the promoter as well as you know the promoter, so they come in at the same time as you, but they're everything when they come in. So they're like put together. They've got the 20-inch 26-inch down to your back weaves and all of that stuff, right? So they're looking at you like, who are you? Who do you think you are? Blah, blah, blah. And then they get in, and then halfway through the rave, their shoes are off.
Oh, yeah.
They're drunk as a skunk. They got wine stains and drink stains all over their dresses, and they're over there whining on the most of randomest of guys.
It's a walking barefoot for
exactly.
me.
Especially when they walked barefoot in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That was never a vibe. That was never a vibe. I do miss the bathroom talks, though.
Or the fights. There was always was always fights in the girls' bathroom.
Really? Not really here,
though. Oh, in America, there was always fights.
Oh, my goodness. What were they fighting over?
Who knows? I don't know. They were drunk.
They were just drunk and just got adrenaline
drunk
to push.
And fighting.
Wow.
Or in the actual club when there's a fight breaks out and everything is moving all over the place, and
everyone's now
just
rushing
over here
to
trying
the door.
and then you try to check whoever you came with, and you're like, come here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, clubbing was one hell of an era, but I did love dressing up for it. I loved the people watching, but I don't miss anything else about it.
No, I enjoyed it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything.
Oh,
I don't
no,
feel like
now
I need
definitely
any.
not.
Yeah.
I couldn't fathom going to a club now, unless maybe it's someone's birthday and I kind of have to.
Yeah.
But the people that we are our tribes,
they don't club.
They do day parties or they do house parties. They're not going to a club anymore. No. It's just not. It's not the vibe. And
I like going out and dancing, so that's it. But I don't mind doing that in the day, because to be honest, by midnight
you're tired. Midnight, girl. It's more like 9:00.
Yeah, no, actually, but midnight.
By 9:00,
midnight is my cap.
Leisha's clocking out. 10:00, you're pushing it. Anyone who thinks that Lish is still listening to you
is on by 10:30
after 10,
so it's like, yeah.
I feel sorry for you, because she's already clocked out. She's not.
I'm up at 5 every morning, so no, by 10:00, whatever you're saying to me is going through one ear and out the other. I'm just kind of like,
Yeah. Even if you give them an they're actually lucky, because sometimes they get nothing, and they're still talking to you. Oh God, forgive me. These people need to stop. Talking about the fashions in the clubs. What are you wearing today and why?
Oh my gosh, what am I wearing today? I am wearing Zara, up and down.
Up and down, including the jumper?
Yeah.
I thought that was like Nike or
Zara.
something. Yeah.
Zara.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to be cozy. I'm really tired.
It's a Sunday. We're tired.
Yeah. As I mentioned, I've been up since stupid o'clock. So My eyes are probably bloodshot. That's why I have sunglasses.
That's why you got your
today.
sunglasses on. You're giving very much Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm just tired, but I'm here.
Nobody needs to know
today.
Exactly. Nobody needs to know.
What are you wearing?
What am I wearing?
Oh, I like your t-shirt.
Oh, thanks. I'm wearing a DNG t-shirt, Dion in gold. Yeah, DNG, Dion and God.
I'm sure Dolce & Gabbana would not appreciate that, but okay.
Yeah, Dion and God go together real bad.
Real bad. Real bad.
And a leather jacket because the studio is always really cold. But actually
today it's warm.
It's quite warm. So
or it could be our tea. Who knows?
It could be our tea.
Our hot toddies.
I know. This tea is great. Or it could be our tea. And then, of course, I'm always wearing my glasses. I'm not one for eye contact, to be honest. So you're very ready. You're going to be like, this girl won't stop wearing these glasses. That's your business. Eye contact. That's your business. I'm going to keep on wearing them. Some days I won't wear them most days. I wasn't going to put a face on today. But then after my nap, I felt energized.
You felt energized?
Of course. After that nap, I sprung up. Like one of my toddlers.
You said, good morning, America.
Exactly. Good morning, America.
How are you?
I sprung up. I said, what's good? What's good? And then my baby daddy came home and I was like, bye. And then I closed the door and he's like, I want to take a nap. I said, bro, that's on you.
You said it's occupied.
Exactly. It's occupied.
Did you put the do not disturb?
I literally put the do not disturb. And I put, my toddlers have now got the skill of pushing the door in now. Course. Because I leave it slightly open. They're like, okay, she leaves it slightly open so we can push it in. So now. And then now that doesn't work. So you know what they started doing? They started knocking.
Oh, that's Liam all the time.
What's he knocking for? I know. Do you tell him, boy, I'm coming?
I'm like... Now he knows how to open the door.
Where's he knocking? The bedroom door?
The bedroom door. Because the bedroom door is heavier than the other doors in the house. So he really struggles. But he could open all the other doors.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
He can open the other doors. But yeah, he's like...
You say, what's going on in there, man?
Just like...
Anybody let me in?
No. Why are you outside of the door?
I was laughing.
Go away.
Actually, because I was like, wow, my life is really encompassed by these boys. Like all they do is just like they're all over me. I said I'm gonna have a nap and then Cam came and I was like, Cam, I'm gonna have a nap because he was awake. The boys were asleep. The twins were asleep. And then he's like, okay, cool. This guy went and got his Nintendo, got his headphones and came and put himself on top of me.
Of course.
I said, what are you doing here? I said, I'm having... In the end, I gave up and I just fell asleep. I woke up, he was still on top of me. And then he was like, oh, one of the boys is awake. I said, okay, cool, go and get him. And then they went and they came all on top of me. I was like, oh, so God,
all the boys were there.
Yeah, of course, all the boys are there. It won't stop really until... whatever age, because we're at our friend's house yesterday, our family's house rather, not really a friend anymore. Yeah. Our family's house yesterday, and then her son, who's nearly 10, was literally all over her.
Wanting
I said,
her
boys,
to carry him.
I'm never gonna stop. And then she's like, I can't carry you. I was like, yeah, they're so cute.
My gosh, boys. Yeah. I was cracking up when you were on the phone, and Kim was like, I'm coming in because I didn't see you today.
Oh, yes.
I was like, what? I didn't see you.
I'm like, what do you mean?
He's like, I need to see you.
It's just so strange because of course he saw me. We woke up in the same house. He had breakfast, everything. And he's just like, well, he went to football and he came back. And then he's like, yeah, that's when I'd had a shower or whatever. Yeah. Oh, no, I was changing. I was doing something. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, he's knocking on the door. I said, what do you want? He said, yeah, I haven't seen you today, so that's why I'm coming in. I'm like, sir, what do you mean that you haven't seen me? And then he came back again to say exactly the same thing. Oh, really? Yeah, he came back again. I was like, okay, you can come in. I'm like, how can I help you? He said, nothing. I just haven't seen you today.
I need to see you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my God.
I need to see you. Now that I've seen you, it's all good. You can go about your business.
Wow.
And keep it pushing.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. You can go about your business and keep it pushing.
Boys are...
they're something else. Yeah. They're such joys.
To
think that they're going to have their clubbing era. And I wonder what their era
it's going to be like. Yeah. Is it going to be virtual?
Imagine. Virtual clubbing.
Virtual clubbing.
excuse me, I do think that they're gonna have like robots as bartenders and stuff
yeah,
like that
probably.
instead of like the bottle girls.
Yeah,
instead of actual bartenders and bottle girls walking around.
Imagine.
I doubt there'll be promoters. There'll be like an AI type app thing that you can book your table with that promotes the event and all of that stuff. So I'm sure that's going to be the case. Thank goodness they're not going to have to go through the trenches of getting to know promoters so you can get into
so
these
you could
venues.
get into these
exactly
clubs.
You could get into these events and venues.
AI technology.
Exactly. You
maybe
don't need to be that. And maybe they might not even want a club because look at this generation. They're all into like the streaming, the gaming.
I know.
The
what's his name that I like? He's so funny.
Who, Kai?
Oh my god. His exchange with Kanye
was hilarious. Did you see he went to Nigeria as well?
It sent me.
He had a time in Lagos. He's just come back from Nigeria.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he went to Nigeria and it was the most hilarious experience.
He streamed the whole thing?
He streamed the whole thing.
Wow.
And then there was someone that came to the window. You know how those like people come to the window to like beg for money or to say, oh, I'm selling this, I'm selling that. Kai went and gave him like 15 I can't remember what 15 it was, but it turned out to be 1 million naira.
What?
And then they were like, do you know how much you've just given him? He's like, what? Like, it was so hilarious. He said, what? In an American accent, not in a British accent. But it was the most hilarious thing because he had no idea. He had no clue how much he had given that person. Wow. And of course, it's going to transform their day. Of course. I'm not going to say their life because you never know what they actually have. Yeah. But it's going to maybe transform their day. And I'm sure they had a great day. But yeah, he went to Nigeria. He had a time.
No,
he had a time.
I'm
he was there with
Kai.
the dancers. And you know he's tiny.
Yeah.
So he was like in the middle. You need to find it.
Okay, I need to watch it. I need to watch it because that young boy, he cracks me up.
And also, these young boys are trying to, these younger generation girls and boys, they're really out here trying to get a bag. They're not necessarily trying to spend it inside of the club. They're buying houses at like 2019.
How old is Kai? Do you know?
22? I might be wrong, but something along those lines. But they're out here trying to really get a bag. They're not necessarily trying to spend all of their time and their money in the clubs.
Yeah, exactly.
The fraud guys spent money during our time.
You think that's still going to be a thing for like our kids' generation?
What, fraud?
Yeah.
Fraud is always going to be there. Right, regardless of what generation it may be, it's always going to be there.
Because I just wonder, is it getting harder and harder? I'm just like,
I don't know if it's getting harder for them. I don't know. I wouldn't know. But
look at me, I'm asking.
I wouldn't know.
I'm asking.
You're asking these questions.
Do you have some info?
You want to try to make this a side hustle. I wouldn't know for them, but I'm sure it is getting harder, but they're finding better ways of finessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they're finessing like individuals now and not necessarily, I don't know. Actually the other way around. So back in the day, they used to finesse individuals, right? Yeah. So like through Facebook.
Now they took it up a notch.
Now they're taking it up a notch and they're finessing corporations.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
So they're really getting a bag. So that's a whole different, the coding, the hacking, all of that stuff. So they're getting into that. So the money is bigger. The risk is higher. Are they getting caught? Some of them, yes. Will it still continue? Fraud will always be there, no matter what generation
that is true.
It will always be there. It's just that these days people are finding different ways of making money. The girls are doing the hair, the lashes, the nails.
I wonder, because I'm not going to lie, I'm on social media and I'm like, where's all the money coming from? Everybody and their mama got money.
People got money.
Money.
And I'm just like,
is everybody rich or I'm just broke?
No,
I'm very confused.
I'm just like, bring me
where's the money?
Because where is all of this money coming from? And these people, you can't physically, this is how you know when they say social media is not real life. That's how you really know it's not real life. Not. Because week in, week out, they're in first class, they're in private jets, they're in this. I'm just like, where is this money coming from? How? Because we all have the same 24 hours as Beyonce. Okay, and I'm thinking, where are the girls and the boys getting all of this guapo? And they are going to, I don't know, the Formula One sprees, you know, when they go to Dubai and they do the Formula One thing. They're spending a bag there. They go there. They're going to Iceland. They got all of their skiing gear and it's all Dior head to toe. And I'm just like, where is this money coming from?
Where is the money coming from? Do you want to share?
And people will say, oh yeah, it's because the girls have got daddies. But come on.
Nah, there's not enough daddies in the world.
Daddies in the world.
There's not enough daddies in the world.
To be producing that amount of guapo. Unless maybe they know the right type of daddies and we just don't.
I don't know. I still don't think there's enough. There's not enough daddies in the world. So I guess obviously I've surpassed my daddy time. I'm probably too old now for a daddy.
Who are you telling that you're supposed? There's always someone. There's always a daddy out there.
They want between 18 and
they want
25.
Between 18 and 25. Anything above that is.
I think 25 is their cutoff.
Anything above that is.
You're old. Anything above 25, they're like,
jeez, why do we do this to ourselves? They say it ain't popping.
Like, no. They said, girl, you surpassed your prime.
How old are you again?
Yeah, exactly. Settle down somewhere.
Daddy,
look for a husband.
No, exactly. Because it ain't about a BB.
Yeah, no.
It ain't about a BB. They're not interested.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But those young girls, they've got so much money.
They have so much money.
Well, they're showing us how much
they're showing money. I'm just like, bring me in. Don't be selfish. I feel like there's enough money for everybody. So we should
That's why I say that
we should all share the wealth.
That's why everyone's saying like, say the markets are saturated. So let's say, for instance, here we go, Lish D have made a podcast. Duh, so obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's making a podcast.
But there's room for everyone. You know what? I would say the biggest thing that really grinds my gears. Mm-hmm. I feel I'm not sure. You guys could tell me if I'm wrong when it comes to America. But I feel like Americans have surpassed the one in, one out rule, which I feel is very prominent here in the UK. So yes. There could only be room for one black successful anybody in any sector that they do.
Thank you.
Yeah. So once that
I feel you.
This is why I feel like a lot of times people in minority groups don't support each other because they think, oh, okay, if this person is making it, then that doesn't leave any room for me.
Okay.
Which is not the case because we don't say that to our white counterparts.
No, of course we don't.
So
they could be bare of them.
Yeah.
Bare female podcasters that are Caucasian and they still have space.
There's so many.
But then if there's, like you said, if there's...
In the urban market, it's like...
not urban market.
Urban market.
Not urban market. That's hilarious.
You know what they want. That's how they like to tag
the
us.
Urban market. But then, I think the reason why it's not... I think it's not that people ending up not supporting the others. I think the people are supporting. The people are pushing. The issue is that the industry... big heads, the ones that do the signings and all of that stuff, they're only willing to sign the one. They're not willing to sign 2, 3, 4, 5 minorities. Yeah. They want to sign one and then they're like, okay, we've done our part. And then that's it. And then they move on. Yeah. And then of course if they end up, let's say, falling out, which they normally end up doing, it's either falling out or they ask for more money because they deserve more money. They ask for more money. They ask for a better contract. Then it's a problem. Then they go and find a replacement. Yeah. But it's always going to be the one or two. They're not doing any more than that. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is,
that's the issue. That's the issue.
Hopefully when
that's
our kids,
why people need
when
to
our
be
kids get to when our kids get to a certain age, I'm hoping that this
independent recording companies
is eradicated.
Exactly. Independent recording companies, independent producing, independent everything for their sector, independent fashion labels. You don't necessarily need to be under a LVMH or whatever it may be. True. Just stay independent and get your bag that way.
Which I do believe that this younger generation, though, they are more aware of what they're worth. As you said that, okay, if they want more money and I decide that I don't want to give it to them, then I'll find somebody else that will take it.
Yeah.
I feel like this younger generation, they're standing on their P's and Q's. Like, no.
Business.
No, yeah, like, nah. This is not.
We were too hungry.
This is not it.
We were too hungry. I can put it down onto being first generation immigrant, but I don't know what you would put it down. Why were you so hungry, do you think, for the hustle? Why, let's say if an opportunity was to arise, you would take it without necessarily negotiating your worth?
Yes, that is true. However, I wouldn't say I was that hungry because there have been many occasions where I wasn't given what I thought I was worth, and then I would leave that situation.
You'd leave, but you're there.
I'm there, but I would leave once.
Yeah, but
once I made it very clear that okay, this is what I want, and you're not giving it to me, then I'm out. Bouncing. I'm out.
But
I'm not staying there.
My question is, you've put yourself in there already.
I put myself in there already. Most of the time, it's because.
And why was that? Because for me, I know it's because, of course, I was.
No, for me, most I was
building from the ground.
Most of the time, I knew. Everybody that knows me knows I punch above my belt.
Okay.
So I've always put myself out there as X, Y, and Z. But if I'm really honest, I wasn't X, Y, and Z. But I knew I needed to get the position to become X, Y, and Z. And then when I know I've done X, Y, and Z and have surpassed that,
you better run me
then
my
I'm
money.
just like, was good.
Yeah, you better run me my money.
So I would say that's the difference.
Yeah, that's true. I guess so.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering, I was like, because we put ourselves in situations where really, sometimes I think we were worth a lot more.
Yeah.
In terms of value to companies and all of that stuff.
No, I agree. Even the way that I moved here, was through a company. And I remember I was living in a whole different country where the cost of living is completely different from what the cost of living here is in the UK.
Yeah.
And they moved me here and kept me on that same salary. And I was like, I worked for like the first 2 months. Yeah, and then I deeped it. I said, wait.
You took your calculator. Yeah. You said,
the math ain't mathing.
The math is not mathing.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Something's not quite right
here.
Yeah,
I was like, the math is not mathing at all. And I remember I spoke to them about it. And I'm just like, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
And even finding out that my counterpart that came here, they tried to do the same thing to her, but she didn't even wait a couple months. She said, wait, actually, no.
Of course,
the cost of living is completely different. And obviously, they made the change that she wanted. So for me, I was just like, if I didn't say anything, you would have just kept me.
Of course they would have.
Right here?
Of course they would have. And as I said, they said that they, at the moment, they're laying off a whole bunch of people. What's the English British term for laying off?
Mass redundancy.
Yeah, mass redundancy.
Yeah.
Of people.
Yeah,
companies.
So Royal Mail said.
Yes,
I thought Royal Mail said to hold off on the redundancies.
And you know
apparently,
what they're doing after they do that? They do this mass thing, right? And then apparently they have a job fair 2 weeks later after they've gotten rid of everybody, and they're rehiring people for the same positions for less than half of the salaries that they were giving those people that have been in the jobs for 20 years, 30 years, or even 5 years, because they've gained their experience. They know now their value. So therefore, they're asking for more and wanting more. Because of that, they're getting rid of them and getting the complete naive. They don't know who the boss is in charge.
Yeah.
They don't know that there's a micromanager.
Yeah.
They don't know that there's, if you have to get annual leave, you literally have to beg for it. They don't know that the canteen has got dirt food. It's got dog food for lunch. And they don't know that they'd be saying, oh, okay, you can't get a bonus this year, but you've got pizzas on us on Friday.
It's weird to me, though,
because they don't know that, they're hiring these people, and these people are taking the jobs. Of course.
I don't know. It's really weird to me because on the other hand, I know, okay, yeah, they're doing mass redundancies here in the UK, but there's still a great resignation going on because there's so many people that are still leaving their jobs. And there's so many companies that are finding it really, really hard to hire people at the same time. So I'm just the three things that I just named have made me really confused about what's going on.
The end times are coming.
Yeah, I'm so confused. I'm not even going to lie. I'm very confused.
The end times are
coming.
coming.
Like, what's going on?
because it don't be making no sense, or they're hiring those people that are actually unqualified. They end up going into these positions, messing up whatever is happening in that gaff, and then they have to then find someone to come and fix it. And it's just, but it's funny that you say that. Corporate Erin.
Not Corporate Erin.
Corporate Erin. It's hilarious. If you guys don't know about Corporate Erin, please go and look for her on Instagram. She is everything and more. Corporate Erin did a joint skit with Corporate Baddie, and this is how I found Corporate Erin.
Who's Corporate Baddie?
The guy with the beautiful skin.
Okay. So I know Corporate Erin through that guy too.
Corporate Baddie, exactly. So Corporate.
What did she say? What did Corporate Erin say?
Now I've even lost my train of thought. Because she's not funny.
I want to know what old girl said.
She was saying that about things like lunches don't even happen because we need to make this ish happen, and this, that, and the other. So all these type of micromanagers like Corporate Erin are in these positions, and they end up being in board meetings or actual decision making meetings. And now in the positions that we are in those meetings.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we actually see how the decisions are made. Who makes the decisions, how the decisions are made. And some of these other corporate companies, boy, the people that are making decisions, you would think that, okay, these people are in these high ranking positions because they're qualified, they're this. But you get in there in the room, not me personally, my company is fantastic.
Yes, mine is as well. Let me put that out there.
Exactly. That's why I'm still with them, because I know my worth and I know they know my worth.
Yeah.
So we're good. But some of these other companies, they go into these boardrooms and they realize that actually they have no clue as much as the person who's just been hired. And I'm just like, how are these people running these big places? And then they're getting all of these salaries. But I guess it's a case of they've just been in the company for a very long time and they've just worked their way up. They then get to the top and then they don't work anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, even when I'm hiring, it's good to obviously promote within, but for certain positions, sometimes it is nice to get somebody from the outside, especially if you've been in that role for so long. Yeah, you kind of end up being blind to what's been going on. Yeah, exactly. So there's certain things that somebody coming in from the outside would be able to see that would totally bypass you because you've just... This is norm to you.
Exactly.
And somebody else would be like, why are you doing this?
I know.
This doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. That's why it's so important as well in just like friendship and relationships. Let's just exclude the whole work situation. Is that you have new friends sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
Because the whole no new friends thing, it works to a certain extent, and that person doesn't necessarily need to be your best friend. But if you get someone who's got a new perspective of what's... and then you're speaking to them about certain things and they give you like a little hint of what's happening. You're like, okay, cool, that's different. I can do this different.
When I say no new friends, I mean like no new... best friends, like no, because my close friends are like family. That's not, and that's
new
work.
Tribe,
that's basically. No new tribe.
Yeah, no
but
new tribe.
I'm always 100% open to new, your new every day friends or whatnot. Even friends like colleagues you have at work or something. You just start having a conversation and then you get a different perspective.
That's
from
funny
there.
that you say that because you love that for yourself. You don't love it so much for me.
What are you talking about? This one, did you not go out? Did you not go? So normally every year we do a Mother's Day situation. Ask her who she did her Mother's Day situation
that's
with.
What I'm
did I say anything though? Did I say anything? I said, girl, enjoy yourself. Look at this one. She just wants me to be jealous for no reason. Man, take this girl out of here.
Guys, I'm not even gonna say nothing because you just heard it for yourself. She said, we do something every year, and this year you went and done this.
Exactly. So I'm trying to explain that I'm very possessive with my friends. Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
even my friends that are abroad, they'll say something, and I'm like, whatever. Enjoy your time with your new bestie. However, I'm still open to, them spending time with other people, because I know people would want. I throw shade. I'm shady. I'm 100% shady.
You'll still throw some shade in there.
Yes, I will always throw shade.
But I'm very accepting of her, because she has so many.
I do have a lot of friends.
People that she just meets.
I do.
And I'm just like, okay, go ahead, girl.
I do.
Because let her just do her.
I'm always
what's
with
good
somebody.
is that, like I just said, those people bring something to the table, and then you end up sharing it with me. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm like, okay, so you're like, oh, this person, their son, or their daughter, and then we talk about. I'm like, okay, I've never thought of that. I've never tried that, and then it ends up filtering through.
Exactly. See,
exactly. That's why you should let go a little bit more, Lish, with your besties.
Whatever.
Sharing is caring.
I'm irreplaceable. So. Everybody knows that. I'm one of a kind.
Your sharing is caring.
I'm one of one.
You're the Lala. Well, I always call you the Lala, because we've got a Lala, but not that Lala. I mean,
Lala.
Exactly.
Yes, Lala.
You're the Lala. Because Lala is friends with everybody.
When I see Lala, I'm just like, wow.
Lala.
Yeah.
Exactly. And not a single person ever says anything bad about her.
She's good vibes.
Yeah, which means she is definitely a
good vibe.
Because you can't know that many different people.
Yeah.
And, be such a vibe. Exactly.
I'm keep a friend Lala.
Yeah,
that's
keep
me.
A friend Lala.
All my friends are very different.
Of course, exactly.
From very, different corners of the earth.
Yes. It brings a bit of variety, which is always good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you said, they all bring different kind of perspectives as well. Yeah.
Because I close myself off. I only have a very, I have a genre of people. And that's not necessarily a good thing.
No, but you're opening up yourself now. Because I would say your new friends, I would have never thought you would be friends with them.
For sure. Actually, that's so true.
Yeah. Your new friends.
Yeah, that's so true. Because I had a specific genre. And if you ain't for that, I'm sorry, goodbye.
It's growth. It's growth.
I think that comes with motherhood. It opens me up to other things. And not just motherhood, I think to hanging out with you, and of course hanging out with my other half, because he's such a people person. Yeah. And he knows such different varieties of
his
people.
friends as well. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Definitely. Yeah.
He knows such different varieties of people, and somehow he kind of just makes it work.
Yeah. And
he's a Lala of his group.
He
too,
is.
actually.
Yeah. Do we know a male like that?
Actually, don't.
Maybe it's Usher.
Oh, actually, yeah, because everyone loves Usher.
Everybody loves Usher.
Maybe it is Usher.
Waking up beside Russell Simmons in Bali.
I think when
he woke up and I saw Usher beside my bed.
I said, what? It's crazy because even though that he's all over other people's girlfriends and wives, they still love him. They forgive and forget.
It's only Usher that could get away with that.
The way he did Alicia, the way he grabbed up on her neck. And then he got married the week after.
No, I think he got married the day after.
Oh, is it the day? I love that for him, though.
I think it was the day
He's
after.
like, it's all work.
He's like, yeah.
He said, I'm a flirt. What about it?
It is what it is.
I'm a bit of a flirt, though. Do you think you're a flirt? You are definitely a flirt.
I don't think I'm a flirt.
You are the biggest flirt ever. You are the biggest flirt. I've never met anyone that flirts as much as you.
I do not think I'm a flirt.
You flirt with anybody.
Men and women.
You sure do.
And children, too.
That's it. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Girl, get it together. Now that I think of it. I'm like, damn.
No, I'm not a flirt.
This bitch really flirts with everybody.
I'm not a flirt.
I think
No,
you need to acknowledge
I think I'm just...
No, don't do that.
I think I just have charisma.
No, don't do that. Girl, don't do that. I've got charisma.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
I'm charismatic.
That's rude. That is so rude. Wow. She says I'm not charismatic. Oh, God.
You're charismatic to people that know you.
Of course, exactly.
But people that don't know you, that you don't, oh, God, that you don't open yourself up like, to, come on.
This bitch thinks she's
exactly.
all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very true, actually.
They're like, not
They're
this standoffish one.
Speak. Exactly. I only speak to people who deserve to be spoken to. I tell you that.
And she'll call me a flirt.
No, but you are a flirt. You need to just accept that you're a flirt.
Am I a flirt?
Just say you're a flirt. Just say it.
Whatever.
Yeah, I do. I admit that I'm a little bit of a flirt with people that I like. I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit of a flirt with them for sure. And that, like you said, it's with anybody, men, women.
Yeah.
I'm just, anybody can get it. I just flirt with people, especially with the women with the great hair and the great skin. I'm just like, girl.
And the booties. I love booties.
Oh, you are a booty girl.
I'm a booty girl.
You're obsessed with booties.
I'm obsessed with. Well, I mean, okay.
Not come on.
No. I mean, not these crazy, outrageous booties.
Oh, okay. Not
these booty ratios that make sense.
Yeah. Even if it's like what is it called? A skinny booty.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the skinny girls.
I'm like, girl, tell me you've been doing squats.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, you're all over it.
Bring me in. Bring me in on the squat routine.
I'm a skin girl. So if the skin is vibey, I'm like, girl.
Yeah.
What are you putting on that skin? Please let me know. The girl, the skin, the hair. I'm all for that for sure. I'm just like, wow, look at your hair.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, I still can't believe you didn't admit you're a flirt.
I don't think I'm a flirt, but yeah.
It is what it is. If you were to open an over 30s club, please let us know what would be in that club.
Yes.
Put it in the comments, and maybe one day we'll have an allowance club.
I know. A little hammock to take a nap on.
Exactly.
When you get too tired. I fell asleep in a club once.
Oh God, of course you did. That does not
holding everybody's coats and bags.
That does not surprise me at all.
I was in the corner, knocked out.
That does not surprise me.
With everybody's belongings.
What was in the background music? Apple butter cheese,
it was during Pride in New York City, and we ended up at some club. I don't know. And I remember I was sitting right next to the speaker. So it was the bass that helped me fall asleep.
Okay, the bass was your white noise.
Oh, yeah, the bass was
out dun, 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 dun.
Ooh. I had worked. That was when I worked at American Apparel during the summer in Flatiron. Mm-hmm. Shout out to all of those that worked with me there.
Of course. American Apparel
I hated that job. That was the worst job of my life.
But
it was a vibe.
Loved it. The girls loved American.
I remember
I lived in American
getting on the train going to work every morning in them damn leggings.
Of course, those disco leggings.
Yo, mommy.
Like 6 packs.
Yo, mommy.
Yeah, what's good? I had they made your ass look amazing. I remember
that
was
my heyday.
And do you know I was a big girl then, because those leggings were 70 pounds.
Those I got them for free. I worked at American Apparel.
They were 70 pounds for me, and I had to hunt them down. There's one time where I needed a pair so badly, I had to go to ghetto Stratford Westfield. When the store was still open there, and the way I hate that Stratford Westfield.
My gosh.
I was there, managed to get me a pair, but honestly, they were like 70 pounds. I remember when I started dating Uncle John, because he was like, and I was like, I need to get a pair of leggings. And then he was like, okay, cool, no problem. And then he was like, where are we going to go? So, of course, he was still new to the game. So, I wasn't going to make him pay for my...
Yeah.
He could if he wanted to. So, we got there. And he was like, no, I got this.
Of course. Of course.
He went to the till. He said 70 pounds.
He was crying inside paying for the leggings. He was like,
I should have stayed. Budget for the whole day.
He said I should have stayed in my lane. I should have stayed in my lane.
And then poor guy, it's gotten worse for him ever since. It's just gotten higher.
According to statistics,
higher ever
the Nigerian men are suffering.
Trying to
keep up.
Trying to keep up. Yeah, it's gotten worse for him ever since. Yeah, he's resolved to it now. I think he just budgets it in his budget.
He's like,
what can he do?
What can you do? Indeed?
What's the first type of out of pocket thing that your partner ended up paying for that he wasn't prepared for? That you saw his face like wincing a little bit, but they're men, so they don't want to show it. He didn't show me, by the way, the whole.
I think we went out to. We had dinner at Westfield. We weren't even together. We just
you were floating about.
I was floating around.
Yeah.
We were just dating. And I remember with my cousins, the following day, I had that marathon that we were running together.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Yeah, so I was like, I need to get some sneakers. I don't have any running sneakers, so I need to buy some running sneakers for the marathon. And he was like, okay. So we went to Nike together.
I see his face now.
You already know that guy. We went to Nike together. I tried on the sneakers. I was like, oh, do you like them? He was like, yeah, they're nice. I like them. I was like, okay. I was prepared to buy them myself.
Of course.
Yeah.
So was I.
Yeah, I was prepared to pay
I'd
for
gone
them
there
myself.
with my funds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got to the register.
He said, "I got this." Yeah, he'll never that's the thing. They'll never make us pay for anything.
He was like, "Oh, I'll pay for it. No worries."
Yeah.
And he paid for it.
Of course.
Then I didn't see him again.
Of course.
No, I'm joking.
Now you've got tickets with him. So
no. But I didn't see him for a couple weeks after that.
Of course.
So, yeah.
He was re-upping his balance.
Now it makes sense.
He was re-upping his balance.
He was like, not her taking me to the Nike store. Oh my
gosh. Yeah. But I think it's a way that maybe they knew that we could. I think that always is a thing for, well, the men that I know.
Oh, well, I was told that, I was attracted to you because you were independent woman.
I think his choice of words.
I was like, excuse me? All right, Neo.
But the men that I do know, like I said, the men I know, they like to know that you can on your own, but they would rather do it for you.
Do it for you, yeah.
It brings them, I'm hoping it brings them some sort of joy. The balance might not think the same, but exactly. The bank balance.
The bank balance begs to differ.
Exactly. Yeah. On that note, like I said, put it in the comments. What would your over 30s club be like, sound like, look like? First of all. And then second of all, why don't you club anymore? Actually.
Or if you do, where are the over 30 clubs?
Exactly. And if you do, yes, please.
Yeah.
Where are they? Where are the over 30s clubs? Let us know. And goodbye. Yeah. It's been real. It's been good.
It's been real.
Exactly. And I am D.
I am Lish.
And goodbye from Allow It.
Bye.
Bye.